It's official. The king and queen have spoken.
We called to say Michelle and I couldn't be prouder to endorse you and to do everything we can to get you through this election and into the Oval Office.
Oh my goodness. Michelle, Brock, this means so much to me. I am looking forward to doing this with the two of you, Doug and I both, and getting out there, being on the road. But most of all, I just want to tell you the words you have spoken and the friendship that you have given over all these years mean more than I can express.
That phone call reminds me of another famous Kamala moment.
We did it. We did it, Joe. You're going to be the next president of the United States.
Somehow she always got that camera crew on standby. It's interesting how that happens. But here's the hard truth. If they're trying to turn Kamala into Obama 2.0, they're going to be sorely disappointed because she doesn't have the political skill or the charm. Joining me now, Vivek Ramaswamy, former Republican presidential candidate. Vivek, the Obamas did the phone call, the obligatory phone call. The acting seemed convincing to me, but it is the razzle dazzle. Will it help?
Look, I don't think it's going to help. But Laura, here's the real reality for our side. Kamala Harris is not our risk. Keep in mind, forgetting about Republican voters, Democratic voters wanted her to come nowhere near the White House. She got 0 delegates. She didn't even make it to the Iowa caucus. I ran as a 37-year-old first-timer to politics. I've gotten more delegates for U.S. president than Kamala Harris had. Nonetheless, she is actually creating a risk for us in a different way. And that is that we get distracted by the shenanigans of the Democrats and forget to deliver our own message of who we are and what we actually stand for. That's what I think is the big risk of Kamala, not that she's compelling, but that this entire drama and poorly acted version of it at times is itself a distraction for us. And that is something I have a concern about.
Well, I think that, again, the razzle-dazzle is to get everyone to look at this, distraction, the shiny object analogy. And meanwhile, we have a caravan, another one, thousands of people in it, making its way to the southern border. And she's trying to run away from being border czar. So that's the truth, and that's what the Republicans have to keep focusing on. That's what JD, that's what President Trump, all that all the time. I would even almost ignore Kamala Harris and focus on what they've done to the country and how they're going to save the country. To me, that's the powerful narrative here.
You nailed it, because we are not really running against a candidate anyway. We are running against a machine. We want to get in there and dismantle that machine and do it for the betterment of the American people. Talk about our vision for the future. I don't think it's going to be particularly successful, Laura, to go after these micro-political attacks of Kamala, that she was protecting Joe Biden before she had staged a coup on him, or the fact that she was too tough as a prosecutor. That lends implicit credibility to her otherwise ridiculous claim that she's a law and order candidate. These things aren't helping us. We have to offer our own vision for the future of why America First is the way, not just for Republicans, but for the country. Donald Trump's done an outstanding job of that in the last several months. I want to see that continue rather than fall into a trap that I think has been laid for us, which is the media's artificial AstroTurf enthusiasm around Kamala. It's not going to work because they tried to do it even when she ran as a Democrat in their primary in 2020. The only way it works is if it ultimately throws Republicans off their tilt to focus on micro attacks against Kamala instead of offering our own vision for the future of the United States.
And how would you,
how would you, Republicans to do?
How would you advise President Trump, if you were advising him, on how to debate her? He's going to have to debate her. I don't think he's going to not debate her. So how do you think he should do that? We only got like 20 seconds. Sorry about that.
Well, the reality is she's made identity politics a core part of her political identity. That makes it very difficult to attack her personally. She is irrelevant. Right. She is part of a broader machine. Offer how you're going to fix the border, grow the economy. That's how you get the job done. Exactly.
Vivek, you're the best.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.